One of the biggest obstacles we're facing in real estate right now is lack of inventory. Today I'm going to share with you a few ways that you can find listings right now. So the biggest obstacle that's facing our industry right now is the lack of listings. In reality, this is something that if you control the listings, you control the market. So today what I want to do is I want to share with you some ways that you can help not only your own business, but the market as a whole by finding those properties that are out there that maybe are not necessarily at the top of the mind right now and give you the opportunity to take some listings. The first place to look is this. We know that expired listings, they'll typically, once they expire, they'll get 30 to 40 calls on the day that they expire. However, those same sellers, if you look 3 to 12 months after something is expired, the calls stop coming. Typically the agents stop pursuing those. In reality, those people that have those houses where their house had expired 3 to 12 months ago, a lot of cases they still want to sell, they just haven't found the right agent. They haven't found the right opportunity. This is a great place to start. Start talking to these folks. Go into MLS, pull those up, make sure they haven't resold or they haven't sold, make sure they haven't relisted. That's a great group of people to check in with to see if there's an opportunity there for you to bring a property to the market. The second place is this. We kind of cracked the code on how to generate buyers as far as online. Some of the things that we've looked for though is how do we do some of this and where do we spend some money to maybe possibly find some potential sellers. Bold Leads is a company that basically does this. They run a lot of ads where it's just like curious about your home value. Now you're going to, just like anything else, you're going to run through some internet leads here that maybe you're going to have to filter through. But this is a great way to find sellers that are raising their hand, curious about their home values. You'll spend a little money on this, but it creates a database of sellers for you that gives you the ability to possibly have opportunities now, but also the ability to build relationships over time as you continue to add value to those sellers that may not be ready right now, but will be ready in the near future. Another great place to look for listings is find communities that are somewhere between 3 and 6 years old. These are communities that had their build outs done over time. These new home communities from 3 to 6 years ago, typically in our market we start seeing people begin to rotate. In other words, they're selling a house and possibly buying another one, or they're selling a house. On average, it's about 5 years for our market. If you find these places where maybe there's not a dominant agent, or it's just beginning to start seeing sales where the people that had bought a house 3 years ago, they've got equity. The people that bought a house 5 years ago, they've got equity. This is a great place to start looking for some people that may be considering or coming into the time when they'll begin rotating into a different home. All right, we can't talk about listings without talking about old school farming. Now, I'm not just talking about sending mailers out. I'm talking about getting on the phone, talking to people in targeted neighborhoods where you know that you potentially have a buyer. This is a great time to locate people that maybe are looking for a specific community. Start making calls in that community. Getting on the phone, doing what we used to call circle prospecting, where you would actually take a house, you would circle the houses 20 around it, you would call and let them know about the sales. You would also give them the information on what's going on in the neighborhood. This is a great way really to have some one-on-one contact with people. People are now more than ever curious about how this shift in the market is affecting their home values. Get on the phone, do some old school farming, and I promise you're going to find some people that are willing to sell their house right now. Last but not least is my go-to, the Unsolicited Video CMA. If you've watched anything that I've done before, you've heard about this. Let me give you the story. Basically what this is taking the a video version of recording your screen and giving a value to a past buyer, giving a value to a seller that you know that has mentioned that they might sell in the future, or someone that you just know is considering making a move. I did this. My last quarter in sales was in 2018. It was the fourth quarter of 2018. I decided I was going to do one of these video unsolicited CMAs a day. I did 72 in that last quarter. From the time that I did that, starting on, that's October 1st, until I shifted into the position I am now in May, I listed $11.2 million directly from those unsolicited valuation analysis that I did on video and I emailed out. Out of that $11 million, I sold $9.1 million worth of that directly from those 72 unsolicited CMAs. Listen, people now more than ever want to know what their value is, especially they're wondering how what's happened in the last few months has affected their value. I encourage you, get out there, make those calls, do these video CMAs, do these things. The market needs your expertise now more than ever. Now is the time to generate the listings and to be out there actively pursuing listings, because as we talked about before, those that control the listings control the market. I hope this is helpful, and I'll talk to you soon.